What's going on, guys? White Horse here. Going to be giving you guys a deck profile today. So for the deck today, we have P.U.N.K Pride. It's a deck that I pretty much put together, and I know people probably was brewing this together beforehand. But this build, I got the idea of running the ratios and whatnot of this deck just completely off preference based off me. I did go and watch a video that Pack put up with this deck, but it had Bestials and Therions in it, and I didn't really want to go that route. So instead, I came up with this. I was able to win 2 locals back to back this past weekend with this deck. There is a lot of rogue at my locals. There's not crazy competitive decks, so I mean it's more so a fun thing. But yeah, this deck was really fun. It's really consistent, and I just thought I'd share with you guys today. So I'm going to be giving you guys the deck profile, and before we get started, shout outs to my local game store in Enterprise, Alabama, Weevil Cards and Collectibles. If you guys are ever in the area in Enterprise, go check them out. They're a really great store. All right, so for the deck, for the monster lineup, we have 3 No P.U.N.K Foxy Tune. This is probably the best card in the deck, the 1-card starter that you really need. It's really good. I mean, there's not much to say about it. So it's very good card for the P.U.N.K engine. 3 Xiamen. The reason I run 3 is because even if I draw this, it's technically good because I can, if I have the field spell, pay 6, and if it gets stopped, that's fine. I still at least get a card. And just having, I've been needing to have a lot of tuners available at all times. So having 3 of this really does come in handy. And I always want to see it. So, and we got 2 Deer Note. So the reason I play this at 2 is because I didn't want to clunk and have 3 and have 1 in my hand all the time, and so I just decided to opt to play 2 instead of 3. But it's been paying off really good. This is probably one of, if not the best cards in the deck, and also this is probably my favorite card in the deck as far as art goes and whatnot and effects. And then for the one-of P.U.N.Ks, we play Ogre, YGO, Madam Spider, and Sharakusai. I play all these at 1 because they're searchable. You don't ever really want to open them, and they're kind of like extenders. And the reason why I like playing these at the 3, or at the 1s, I'm sorry, not at 3, it's because I do play 3 of the field spell. And so while the field spell's up, you can use their effects basically to, this gets a fusion, this gets a trap, this gets a copy of the spell or a spell. Mainly this though. And you draw a card. And also too, if you have them in hand, you can banish a card from your graveyard, a P.U.N.K card, and then special summon 1 from your hand. So it's kind of like an extension play that I like to utilize throughout the games that I play in. So, but yeah, these are all the one-ofs. So, and then next we have the Pride cards, the new gold Pride cards. Captain Carey, 2 Leon, and we got 1 Nitro Head. So the reason why I play these at these ratios, this one's always going to be good no matter what because it gets a trap. So whether you draw this, and by the way, the theme of this deck is if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can special summon all these cards, and the P.U.N.K cards decrease your life points for cost to do things. So these are technically, if they're ever in your hand, they're always kind of live, unless you just don't have a way to pay life points. This one's really good if you play with it correctly, I guess I could say, because this is a quick synchro, and you can make a quick synchro on your opponent's turn, and depending on what you make, can be very devastating for the opponent. I like this at 1, and the reason why I only play it at 1 is because I do often see it, but if I ever have Foxy Tune with this in hand, I discard both because of Foxy's effect. And then later, if I have this in hand, I can special summon it and also special summon this back. And then I have a quick synchro for my opponent's turn set up. So, it's a really cool little play. But a lot of this is just like extenders, kind of. having a level 3 tuner is really good on board while having those cards. And then for hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom. I feel like you kind of just have to play this format. It seems mandatory. And I actually also play 2 Ghost Ogre. The reason why I like Ghost Ogre is because it's searchable, and you can also summon it off E-Tilly. So this card is really good against decks that like search stuff and like activated effects. So like Kashtira, I use this a lot against Kashtira, and it paid off. This card's really good this format, and I like it a lot in this deck. I did side it out against certain matchups because it didn't come up as much, so it makes good for good side out options, easy side out options. And that's it for the monsters. For the spells, we got 3 of the Extreme Session, the field spell, and then let's see, I got 3 Emergency Teleport. Anytime you run a deck with Psychics in it, you should probably have this card in it. And then 3 Triple Tactic Talents. I was actually able to win a few games off of this one card because like I would use like a Zeoman effect, and they would either chain like Ash or Valor, and I would just use this and just go off, whether it be in draw 2 cards or take control of one of their monsters. This card really paid off, and I'm glad I'm playing it. And against certain other decks, like I also side it out as well. That's it for the spells. And for the traps, we got a few traps here. We got Gabu. This card is insane, especially going into time, because if you control a punk, you gain life points equal to what you negate, which comes up a lot. And then 2 of the Surprise. This is just basically the card that pops. If you control a punk, you pop a face up instead. It's really good. And these are searchable too, right? So that's what I really like about these in the deck. And then we also have, for the last one, the Gold Pride Start Your Engines. So basically, Carry searches this out, but whenever your opponent normal special summons, this card's actually like crazy. So you pop the monster that they summon, and then you get your opponent to randomly choose a Pride monster for you to summon. And depending on what you summon, or depending on what they randomly choose, so like if you do like these 2, and you have this engrave, if you summon this, you're getting a trap. If you summon this, you can use this effect and get this back. So you can kind of wall up, or you could do it like vice versa. You can also summon this back. So that play, like I've come to really like that play, and it opens up just so much for the deck to do against the opponent, especially like on the opponent's turn, being able to kind of prevent yourself from like dying. Like, I mean, it's really good, and I feel like that's one problem I think the deck had an issue with at one time. But anyways, that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards, and we're going to go into the extra deck and the side deck. So we got tokens, my nib token. We got the IP Masquerena, the Nightmare Unicorn, and the access code. These cards kind of are just here. Like, I don't think I ever went into these. I think I went into this once this past weekend, and it was okay. But like, I just have these for like quick OTKs, I guess. These don't really ever come up. This deck likes to synchro a lot, so. And then I got the Numeron package. I think outside of the Numeron package, I made this once, and it proved to be really good. That was against the Pendulum match. So these are kind of like, I don't want to say these are flex spots, but like I don't really use these that much. And so you could probably kind of mess around with the extra deck a little bit and like switch that up if it doesn't work out. And then for the 6s, I play Star Leon and Charge. These cards are great because, I mean, this is an extra card, and it also helps you climb into something else that I'll show in just a second. And this is more or less for the opponent's turn to quick synchro with Leon. So they're pretty good. Play 2 Jam Dragon Drive. This card is pretty much, you have to play this card now since Pepega Ruler's banned. I wish they'd bring it back. But I actually like this card because you can, like, if you have the field spell, you can pay 6, search a card, either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. I most of the time just leave it in hand. Draw a card from the field spell on resolution, and then activate the field spell's effect to banish a punk card and summon the monster you just searched. So it kind of like helps you kind of extend more So I really like it. I like this card a lot. Plus, you kind of want it in the grave too, so we can summon back. 1 level 9 synchro is Shin. So the reason why I play Shin is because if I have Charge Warrior and I have a level 3 tuner, I just make this. And against certain decks, this card is like really hard for them to deal with. So I just threw this in. And also too, if it dies, like I can banish cards and summon itself back. So it's really kind of hard to get rid of unless they banish it. And then for the 11s, we play 2 of the Amazing Dragon and 1 Psychic and Punisher. Honestly, this card like really helps this deck a lot. It helps you win in time. It helps you win like, and what I mean by time is like if you're lower and your opponent can't do anything to this card, you can just go battle phase, gain the difference, and then swing for a bunch of damage. This card is insane. Having the bounce effect and then the next turn Monster Born is just crazy. So I really like these a lot. Probably my favorite cards in the extra deck. And then the 1 Carp. Carp is just kind of for the synchro play to go off and pretty much have that interruption or have put up an interruption for the opponent to deal with. Or not an interruption, but like an effect that bounces cards with the Amazing Dragon. So it's really good. I didn't use this that much though. So that's it for the extra. For the side deck, we have 3 Gamma Seal, because there are people just playing cards like a Rise Heart and stuff that I got to have an answer to. So 3 Gamma, and then we got 3 Droll and Lockbird. So Droll's good because against certain decks, actually against most decks, this format, I think, this pretty much is just like the ender. Like this ends their turn. Against this deck particular, it doesn't, like, depending on what you have in hand, it doesn't hurt that much. But if you are having to search a lot and you're having to like search to do your combo plays, then yeah, this will hurt you. But this card is sweet. Mainly use it, you know, to stop a lot of meta decks from doing their thing. So, and then we got for the spells in this side deck, we got 2 Dark Ruler, 1 Harpies. I feel like these cards are just like inherently good against any deck right now. If they like, especially like Sprite, right? Like if they have 3 or 4 interruptions up and you just activate this and then you can like blow out their back row, then you just kind of blow them out and win. So yeah, I like to play cards like this in the side for this format. And then triple evenly matched. It's probably one of the best cards in the game, to be honest. So it's really good. And then for the last 3 is 3 Magic Deflector. This card never really came up, and I'm probably going to end up taking this out. And I'm not sure what I'm going to side just yet. I may look into siding like Lancia or Gamma or something else. I just don't really, I never use this card, so it wasn't really that great. It is a great card, but it never really came up for any of my games to use, so I might just end up cutting this. But anyways, so that's the deck profile. Let me know if you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, please let me know, and I will do my best to make them. Until next time, this is White Horse signing out, guys. Peace.